So if you are 40 and you're feeling more drained than usual, I'm gonna tell you it's probably not because of your age. It's probably because of your habits. I'm saying that because I had to learn it the hard way and I wanted to share with you what I've learned. So I spent years running, feeling like I didn't have enough energy, and I had to really sit with myself and think about why I was feeling tired, because I didn't feel like I have that much on my plate. So I shouldn't be this tired, right? So I had to sit with myself and think about, okay, what is my daily routines? And slowly I realized certain things that I was doing, certain habits that I had was actually draining my energy slowly without even me knowing. I have 6 habits that I found that was draining my energy, and you might recognize yourself in one of those. So let's get into it. Habit number 1, scrolling first thing in the morning. We've all been there, we have all done it, and it's not a surprise for anybody. Nowadays, we all know it's bad and we all just keep on doing it. And it's a hard habit to stop, especially after all these years, but it is doable. So what I realized is that when you wake up slow, your system is still waking up. It's still getting used to just opening your eyes, and then you go on your phone and you are flooded by a bunch of information. It's basically shocking your body and your brain every morning with a lot of stress first thing when you wake up, which I don't have to tell you is probably not good for you. So my fix for this is, so I have a system that I put for myself where first thing, even if I want to go on my phone, first I don't go on social media in the morning unless I do certain things first. So when I wake up, whether it's super early, regardless of my wake up time, I have to give myself at least 30 to 1 hour without going on my phone, or especially on social media. It's hard to say not to go on my phone completely because you have your calendar, you have your to-do, you have messages on WhatsApp or whatever. But I try to really not open none of those until I do my list here. So I give myself 30 minutes to an hour of no phone, except for my alarm, obviously. I have to do that first, or I have to read a few pages in my book before going on my phone, or I have to go stretch. Well, I actually do stretch every morning, but or I have to do my stretching or walking routine first before going on my phone to check social media or anything like that. But those are my rules. You could put your own rules together for yourself, and I can tell you honestly that it does work. And once you have better habits on how to use your phone, it doesn't become hard. It becomes easier to do. Okay, so let's jump into habit number 2, passive rest versus recovery rest. I thought for years that coming from work, tired, watching Netflix for 3 hours, binge watching Netflix for 3 hours was resting, but it really wasn't. So if you're scrolling on your phone, binge watching Netflix, all that is not necessarily bad in the sense of you're still resting your body to a certain degree, but you are still active, just in a lower grade. You're not recovering. Your body is not recharging. It's just taking it slow. So the difference, recovery rest is more taking a walk in nature or just taking a walk, resting with everything closed. No phone, no TV, no sound. You're just resting in the dark, let's say. laying down. Recovery rest looks like a nap that you're gonna take. Sitting in a, you can also be just sitting without any noise or anything around you that's like taking your mind off of just the silence. So that's more recovery rest, where it's giving you back some energy, versus the other one is just slowing you down a little bit. Now, where I had to learn it the hard way is I've had some health issues the last few years, and it forced me to really learn the difference between passive rest and recovery rest, because I did not have a choice. My body needed to learn the difference so that it helps me move and helps me function daily. Because of that, I've done a lot of research on what is the difference and what is draining my energy versus what is putting my energy back in my body. What I took from that experience is that I need to give my body a break when it asks me or not. So what I do is I take breaks, 15 minutes here, 30 minutes there. I don't just necessarily rest at night. I rest during the day when I can. If I do something that's really demanding, whether it's physical or mental, I force myself to sit down and I put like a timer on my phone. I'm like, I'm not getting up until this timer finishes. So it forces me and it gives my body a break it needs, whether it needs it or not, because I don't want it to deplete all my energy during the day. I needed to be more intentional on how I'm resting. And I feel like it made a huge difference in terms of how my body reacts and how my body is retaining energy during the day. So why resting is a must, and actually is, I would say, really, really, really important. Think about it this way. You spend a lot of energy during the day. Whether you think you're spending it or not, you are spending a lot of energy. From the moment you wake up and you get up from your bed, you are spending a lot of energy. Your brain is like constantly thinking and working, and that is spending energy. Even if you're not like doing anything that's physical, your mental also drains your energy. Here's an example. Would you leave your car running 24/7 every single day without turning it off? You probably won't. Would you do the same thing to your like computer or your phone and never turn it off? You won't, because you are just using it and draining it faster, right? So it's the same thing with your body. You just need to take breaks. You need to give your body a break, because that's the most important machine you're ever gonna have. I would say this one, if I had to choose between all of the habits that I'm gonna mention, this one is probably one of the most important ones that you would have to take more seriously, is resting and learning the difference between passive rest and recovery rest, and how your body, what your body needs basically to gain energy, and what is draining your energy, so that you make the difference and adjust. So habit number 3. This one comes with some confession from me. I used to work out consistently, then now life happens, then I would stop, then I would go back, then I would stop again, and on and off for years. I used excuses like I was too busy, I was too tired, life was happening. I just wasn't consistent. For years, I was just continue doing it on and off, on and off, on and off. And in my late 30s, early 40s, I felt a bit different. I felt my body shifting. It wasn't reacting the way it used to. So I know you're probably gonna say, well, it's normal, it's age, but it really wasn't. There is really a difference between aging and you feel it versus neglecting. And we all know the difference. We all know when we're doing something that we're supposed to be doing or not. And I knew I was just neglecting, and I wasn't just putting it on edge anymore. Where I saw the difference is that I felt like the energy, like I mentioned before, is depleting a little bit more. I felt my body was stiffer. My normal self just wasn't there. So what I didn't know, that I learned after, is that after 40, or starting 40, I should say, your muscle loss accelerates. And if you're not fighting against it or working towards fighting against it, then you're just letting it go. Your muscles are not just connected to how you look, they're actually connected to your energy levels. So your metabolism, your mood, your hormone levels, so losing it quietly has a real consequence on your health. So I just want to be clear. I'm not saying that you need to be an athlete or you need to go run a marathon or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not even telling you to go to the gym every day, because I mean, everybody's busy, but it's up to each person to figure out what works for them. What I'm just saying is that you need to move your body daily. So whether it's like stretching every morning, that's what I do. Whether it's walking, dancing, going to the gym, anything that just makes your body move, do whatever movement makes you feel comfortable, that is doable for you. Because movement brings energy, it doesn't drain it. Contrary to maybe some beliefs, walking brings energy, it doesn't drain it. So stop waiting until you feel like you have enough energy to do that. You need to do it first, and then the energy is gonna come. Hi guys, sorry for the interruption. So I didn't want to rush the video, we were just getting to the good part. So I divided the video in two. I will post the part 2 next week. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss it. See you.